I'm fourth generation in the restaurant business on my dad's side of the family.
Fire beef, jokes, with feta.
This place was only supposed to be a panini and cheese and wine restaurant, and you know, it just kind of morphed into what it is today. There's just a certain kind of electricity in the room. It could be 4 o'clock and this place is bumping. You know, you're taken into another place, you kind of forget where you're at. You might think you're in Spain or in Italy somewhere. We have our regulars I know by name that come in a couple times a week or every day. Or I have tourists from San Francisco or New York City that come here 3 days in a row. They don't want to go anywhere else. And that's like, there's nothing more rewarding and more humbling when people do that. You're like, wow, like, I don't get it. What are we doing? You know, what are we doing? What are we doing right? I mean, you know, so it's really, it's amazing. It really is.
So Grace, you say that Jimmy Banish Jr.'s Purple Pig is pretty much close to perfection. Tell us why you chose it.
I love Purple Pig because the energy there is so lively, the service is extremely friendly, plus their food is just outstanding. It's so good. Every time I think about Purple Pig, my mouth waters. I love the menu items there because they're so unique. You can't find it anywhere else in Chicago. Plus, I mean, everybody loves pork, so you just gotta go there. Yeah.
Tell us some of your favorite dishes.
One of my favorite dishes is probably the pig ears, and then they serve it with this over easy egg on top that you break, so you mix the yolk in with everything. Oh my God, it's delicious. It's so good. And another thing is the milk braised pork. You use a fork, it just falls right off, and it just melts in your mouth. Oh my God, it's so good. Plus, their desserts are just to die for. I mean, they're friggin' amazeballs. Like their Nutella sandwich, plus I think it's called the Sicilian Iris. It's so good, and I just love this place.
Wow. And Grace is obviously very passionate about Purple Pig.
I heard that.
What did you think?
I thought the food was absolutely amazing. I had when we started off with calamari, which was absolutely out of this world, completely different than any calamari I've ever had in my life. And then, of course, being the pig, we had the bone marrow on the grilled bread.
Yes.
And we had the pig platter, which was a huge block of wood that just had row after row after row of salami and prosciutto and chorizo and pepperoni, and it was absolutely wonderful.
All right, Phil, you took a stroll down Michigan Avenue, and I mean, Purple Pig, it's actually a little bit off the beaten path.
I like that, though. I like the fact that, like, it has that little gate in the front, and it has the Purple Pig up top. It was busy when I did go, but I liked it. After the first about 10 minutes being there, I felt like I was really a part of the restaurant. I really felt like I was a part of that Chicago, like, busy scene. Get to the bar, all my parties there, and we just, we ordered a drink. We understood there was going to be a wait. I didn't mind it. I waited for a little bit. The time flew after we started drinking the great wine off the list that they had. So I brought 2 friends, and then I also brought my mother. And bringing my mother anywhere is just like bringing a food critic that's been renowned.
Did she like it?
She did like it. It took her a while to warm up to it, but it takes her a while to warm up to anything. Yeah. But so at the end of the meal, she was trying to find like a to-go box and take everyone's food home with her. So that's a good sign. The smear, as Ed said, the bone marrow smear. Oh my God, yeah. It was amazing. It's off the charts.
Oh yeah.
The fried pig ears, I can't even begin to explain that taste. I have never tasted anything like that, nor do I think I ever will again.
I just want to talk about the chef, Jimmy Banish Jr. It's funny, the first time I met him was at his father's restaurant, Heaven on 7, Jimmy Banish Sr., and he was actually leaving literally the next day to go to New York to learn how, to work at a couple restaurants in New York. And he came back several years later, and Purple Pig is what he came up with. And boy, did he come up with something. Would you agree, Grace?
Yes, I am obsessed with this place. And I love how it's tapas style. So you can order a bunch of different plates, try a bunch of different things on the menu, and still just enjoy everything and be really full and walk out.
So, Phil, next time if you were to go to Purple Pig, who would you bring this time?
A group of friends from high school that I haven't seen in a long time, because it's the perfect environment to like make everyone get excited, have that anxiousness, but at the same time to calm them down, have a couple drinks, and really catch up. That kind of place, it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be a place for you to socialize. It could be a place for you to do business. It could be a place for you to try something new and eat. It's one of those places that's really versatile and dynamic, in my opinion.
This restaurant's all about atmosphere. I mean, great food and atmosphere, and there's a buzz and energy. And let's talk about it. I mean, it's popular, and there's going to be a wait. But you said that you kind of like embrace the wait.
I embraced the wait. I realized, like I said, it was going to be a wait.
How long was your wait, by the
It was
way?
about maybe 30, 45 minutes, and it didn't make that much of a big deal to me. And then once we got our seats, we didn't even know what time it was. We just started ordering food, and it just like carried the night on, and it was great.
Ed, how long was your wait?
We waited about an hour and a half. We spent time at the bar, and actually we moved outside because it was just a little bit claustrophobic for me.
Was it, so buzz is great. You feel like, wow, you feel the energy. But did it cross that line where it became uncomfortable for you? Did it take away from the experience?
The amount of people did. It was just crazy busy. I don't think I could ever handle a business meeting there, or I wouldn't look at it as a romantic evening with my wife. It was just tough to get comfortable.
But I love the energy there. I mean, but that could just be my personal preference. I love how it is crowded, it's hustling, it's bustling. I will say, I do think there's a lot of good eye candy there also.
True.
Phil was there.
That's right.
Thanks, Alpena.
Yeah, absolutely. I really think that if I was 28 years old again, that it would be the place to go. There's no question. It is hip happening, and the food is spectacular.
Well, Grace, you recommended the Purple Pig. Sum it up for us.
The food is fantastic, the atmosphere is lively and energetic, and it's just the perfect restaurant in Chicago.
All right. Ed?
Don't go if you're hungry right away, because there will be a little bit of a wait, but you will be well rewarded at the end of your wait. The food is spectacular.
All right. And Phil?
The food is spectacular, off the charts. Get ready for a place that has a heart pulse of Chicago.
Well, you can join the fun at the Purple Pig, 500 North Michigan Avenue, 312-464-1744. They're open for lunch and dinner every day. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $35.